But we are, as an organization, absolutely delighted with this plan because it does take Nova Scotia into truly a leading position in the country. Well, Ray has just pointed out that British Columbia has actually protected more land. You know, it's very easy for British Columbia to do it because almost 95% of British Columbia is public land. They just draw a line on the map and it's done. Here in Nova Scotia, it's much more difficult because 75% approximately of this province is privately owned. It's a huge challenge, and for Nova Scotia to be where it is today and where it will be in a few years' time is really outstanding, not just on a national scale, but on a global scale. We are really a world leader here, and it has been through the work of dedicated staff in the departments of natural resources and environment, and also the commitment of both the current government and previous governments to this process. It's been highly collaborative. We, as an organization, Canadian Parks and Wilderness Society, have been directly involved in this process in a way which is, I wouldn't say unique in the world, but certainly is a leading manner in the world. Protected areas are absolutely central to any biodiversity conservation strategy. For many years, I taught conservation biology at Dalhousie University, which is my profession, and I probably taught, well, in fact, I know, I taught some of the people in this room. And there is no other way to protect the natural world other than through protected areas as the central part of the process. There are other ways to do it, but you have to have that part in place. Without protected areas, it's hopeless. So, therefore, what we're seeing today is a huge step forward, as already mentioned by our other speakers. Our plan, our process, is based in strong science. It's based in strong conservation biology, it's based in strong landscape ecology, and also in the relevant social sciences, which bring the process into the public realm. We have to make compromises. People like myself, we would probably overdo it, to be honest with you, and I think there are probably other people in this room who will say, well, why don't we just protect it all, guys, you know? And that's not realistic. We have to make compromises, and the compromises have been made in this process on all sides, and I think it's absolutely critical to understand that we all give up something in order to be able to achieve what we've achieved. It is a step in a long journey that began 20 years ago, as has been mentioned. I'd like to comment also on the range of NGOs that have been involved. While Ray and I have the honor to step up to the microphone and speak on this, it's not just two NGOs that have been involved. It's been the Eastern Shore Forest Watch, for example, an organization on the Eastern Shore. Nova Scotia Nature Trust, as Ray has mentioned, is absolutely central to it. World Wildlife Fund really began this process at the NGO level. They've moved on to working on marine issues now, but World Wildlife Fund has been long involved. There's an organization in the Chester region called Friends of Nature. Some of you might not know of the existence of Friends of Nature, but it's a lovely organization run by one of the most dedicated conservationists I've ever met. The Mersey Tobeatic Wilderness Institute, MTRI, and many other organizations like that have also been involved. As a national organization, we do recognize Nova Scotia for its innovative and inclusive approach. We've invented processes here. We've included everybody as far as possible in a realistic way in order to get to where we are now. Our biogeography is complex. Our land ownership system is complex. These are difficult things to deal with. Sterling Beliveau said it would be a challenge. He said it was going to be a challenge. Well, that challenge has been met and exceeded. It's really wonderful. This has been done by working with so many sectors, including the Mi'kmaq people, and I was delighted that Ray mentioned the importance of our native communities to this effort, because after all, it was their stewardship that brought this province to where it was when others became involved, including myself. By the way, as you can tell from my accent, I'm an immigrant to this province, and I stayed here more than anything else because shortly after I got here, I went to Peggy's Cove, and all the other tourists headed for the lighthouse, and I looked at that wilderness and I went, wow. And I wandered off into the Barrens, and I've loved them ever since. So thank you so much, Ministers Parker and Bellevaux, for what you've brought to us today. I feel that I'm an ordinary Nova Scotian who loves this place, and you have brought a great step forward to us today. Thank you.